Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, some of y'all may be wondering, why is Josie in the position that she's in? You know, if God is for her, and God has her protected, and so on and so forth, then why would God have her living in her vehicle? Why would God have her asking individuals to be a blessing to her on YouTube or Instagram or just out in the world? I'm going to share with you why. Because God is wanting me to depend and trust on Him to deliver what it is that I need exactly when I need it. And that includes me either asking specific individuals that He directs and or guides me to ask for assistance or help, or to do a video and upload it to YouTube to request individuals that watch my content or come across my content to be a blessing, or these individuals coming to me and just being a blessing off of God telling them to do so. It's all a trust and a faith walk with God. God will take a lot of things from you, take you away from what you're accustomed to, remove material things that He blessed you with to get. All to see if you're going to trust and depend on Him as being your provider. God already told me quite a few truths just while I've been in this situation. God, at one point, had me in a luxury hotel on the 23rd floor, looking out into Houston, the landscape, and telling me, you will be back in the high life again one day very soon. Enjoy this, because I've got to take you through some things for you to fully trust and know that I am God and that I have you protected and covered. It doesn't matter if you're on the 23rd floor or if you're in your vehicle in a parking garage, sleeping for the evening. That's how God is. He wants to test your faith. He wants to test and see if you trust Him or not. Even with who He sends or He guides you towards to ask for help. I never enjoyed asking people for help or assistance. It's always been, okay, if I'm selling you something, I have something to sell you. Yes, I'm a good salesperson. But me asking an individual to help me out to be able to get gas, or to get a cup of coffee, or to get food, I've never had to do that. Never had to do that. God wanted to test and see if I was going to stand on His promises and stand on His word. If I was going to trust Him. Even when I received no's from individuals, because nobody likes to be told no. How I would respond to being told no after being guided to ask someone if they're going to be help. Now, I'm going to share some more truth with you. I have an inheritance, a couple of inheritances from deceased grandparents, relatives, I believe, money that was left to me. But my family did not want me to receive it. So I would have money right now to be able to have a place to live, afford my car note, afford gas, food, coffee, so on and so forth. But my own family didn't want me to have it. They wanted it for themselves. And they engaged in certain setups and tactics trying to keep this money from me. One of them being me going into a hospital from the attacks that they were sending towards me when I decided to transition into living as a woman who I've naturally and authentically always been at the age of 33, excuse me. I saw the setup when Mike suggested I go and check myself into the hospital. I saw the setup of the attendant behind the glass that got up and was engaging in some kind of prayer or word ritual in my presence. I saw the behavior of certain individuals behind the door of the hospital. I saw the attendant that gave me the pill that was laced with something that would track my movements. Yeah. You see, if someone checks themselves in or is checked into a psychiatric hospital, that can be deemed as them needing someone to oversee assets and or money that was left to them. That's what they did. Executor of the estate, I believe that's what it's called. Or a guardian over someone. That was part of it. They needed me to be seen and or looked at as being crazy, incompetent, not able to handle my own affairs. But I indeed have been able to handle my own affairs for the most part. So I'm in position as well too. I was also waiting on a particular check to come into the mail, which would have helped me while I was in this transition of losing my home and moving from one city to another. But they didn't want me to have that check. So I know the day that it happened was when I ran into my sister that was going to the post office box location that I was renting. She just happened to be there at the same time I was going by there to check my mail. And I didn't go in there to check my mail, but I did stop and speak to her briefly, as I was directed by God to do. She was going there to basically talk with the manager into holding in or withholding certain mail that was going to be sent to me from certain authorities regarding this money, as well as a check that I was waiting for and or expecting. Yeah, she was there to basically get my mail withheld and get this person to give her my mail. What she did or what she offered as a favor to this person, God only knows. God wants me to continue. Also, trying to drive me crazy at my own home. Sending different energies, attacks to my home, down my street, affecting my being able to walk in my neighborhood to get exercise. Setting up neighbors to send attacks at me as well too. A certain warlock that lived down the street from us that was engaging in these attacks, as well as across the street, and a witch and a voodoo priestess that lived also across the street as well too, that was engaging in behaviors to come against me. Trying to set me up as being crazy, erratic, and having issues as well too, so that they could keep this money. That's how I'm in the situation that I am right now. Because there were individuals that wanted me to be in the situation that I am in right now. Because they expected me and or wanted me to be homeless and on the street, so that way they could keep that money in entirety, while saying that they needed to be a guardian over me so that I didn't receive it, so that they could have it. Ultimately, these individuals wanted and tried to take me out altogether. That way they would not even have to be a guardian over me. I'd be in the ground and they could inherit or take that money altogether. You see, they did not know that I was aware of what they were doing and or engaging in for years. They started doing this crap back when I was 17, 18 years old. And they expected me to be dead long time ago. And God never allowed it. He didn't allow it. He wouldn't allow it. So they had to find other ways to keep money from me that belonged to me. But I'm still here. God is still taking care of me, despite what they did, despite what they continue to do, and trust and believe that God has some justice for me and some major consequences for them, which they're already starting to deal with currently. They've been dealing with it for actually a long while now. So, certain family members have been keeping funds from me intentionally, engaging in mail fraud, stealing my mail, having things redirected to them, trying to get me caught up with the law. wanting me to be sick, unhealthy, an alcoholic, or a drug addict, which I've never been. I have had addictions, but I've always been able to curb those addictions cold turkey. They didn't expect me to be able to do so. They expected me to go down a rabbit hole and never be able to climb out of it. I'm not them. Because some of these individuals actually do have addictions. So, I'm going to leave it at that. I've shared quite a bit in regard to that. But God just wanted me to share the truth as to why I'm in this position, this situation. God allowed it to happen. He allowed what they did to work for a short period of time, and or he made them to believe that it was working. He made them to believe that I was not aware of certain things that I've been aware of for a very long time, which also has them angry as well too. When people realize and figure out that you knew the whole time what they were doing, and they thought they were cloaked, that angers them even more so, because they feel like they have to go to extremes. Once again, Billy Joel's I go to extremes comes to mind. They have to go to extremes to try to take you out. Using other people to try to take you out, using lies, manipulations, setups to try to take you out, and none of it worked before, but they think that if they ramp it up, it's going to work, and God's not allowing it to work. So, that's why I trust and depend on God to send and to provide me what it is that I need from whoever He chooses to use. So if He is choosing to use you, if He's calling you to be a blessing, then thank you. I appreciate it. If He is not, then thank you for listening. Hopefully you've learned something from what I've shared. How evil and wicked and cruel people in this world can be, even your own damn family. Alright? Gotta go.